Hi guys, and welcome to Doug's Shoe Bushcraft. Today we're going over match safes. A budget option, currently $1.99 on Amazon. This one's from Coghlan. And also free or do it yourself. Plastic is relatively new. I'm talking in a historical sense. Way back when match cases were metal. This one I believe was designed for coal miners. This one's the Everdry model match case by the Park Sherman Company. And this one in fact is my favorite. And I recommend this. They're no longer made. They were made from the 30s through the 1950s. But you can still find them on eBay. So I like it because it's old-timey. It's classic. But in my opinion, also a good bit of gear. So that's what I carry a lot of times. That's my favorite. Another match case from the old days. This one's marbles. It was designed for outdoorsmen, hunters, fishermen, etc. And it was marketed as cheap life insurance. I believe that was one of their slogans. So that's a vintage one. It's still sold, however, now made in China. That'll be the topic of a video coming soon. The marbles match safe, old and new. I've already recorded one about the Park Sherman, so I'll put the link in the description. You can watch that. The metal's great. I like metal. Has a lot of advantages, but so does plastic. One advantage of plastic is it doesn't rust. Also, it can be less expensive. So I'll put the link in the description. This one's Coghlan's. And you can buy this match safe for $1.99. How can you beat it? Well, maybe if you make something at home for free and you like it as good or even better. But I'll test this one out, show you some homemade options. These are the matches available in my area that I like. Diamond Strike Anywhere matches. I found them at Hannaford Supermarket and also Ace Hardware. So these are the large matches, large kitchen matches they call them. And then these are smaller, 32 in a little box, come in packs of 10. So here's your Coghlan's matchbox. Currently $1.99, that's cheap enough. However, the size and shape really reminds me of a prescription bottle. And I've tested different prescription bottles over the years, and they've always been waterproof for me. My favorite prescription bottle is this size. I believe the convention is that blue is for veterinary and the orange is for human prescriptions, but I could be wrong. Just when I get them from the vet, they're blue. But look how similar. And like I said, all the prescription bottles I've ever tried over the years always been waterproof. I'll test that out. What's another option? Well, at Dollar Tree you can get packs of these glass vials. Haven't tested it yet. It's got a seal. I put that cotton there, just settle down on the rattling, and a little bit of water leaked in, that would stop it maybe. But we'll test that out in the river. Then there's this. A lot of the antique match cases, match safes were just tin boxes, or people use like snuff boxes or whatever they had just to keep their matches in. But if it was an actual match case, a lot of times on the back they had a striking surface, like a number of slots in the back of the case to make it rough so you could scratch or strike anywhere matches on it. But I found that you can buy the striking paper. It's available on eBay and Amazon. That it has a back that you can peel off, and it's sticky. You cut it to size and put it on your match case. So this is a kind of old-timey thing, even though it's Altoid Smalls, not an antique tin. And there you go. It's not waterproof. It's kind of splash proof. I did put tape over the hinge holes because that's where water really pours in, I found. But as long as I'm not actually swimming through the lake, matches never get wet. This is a quiet pool on the side of the river. Might work well because I don't have to worry about my match safes floating down the river and getting lost. Got matches in there. Does have a nice rubber seal. So first we're testing out the Coghlans. Okay, let that drip dry. Then this prescription bottle. One advantage, it's translucent. I can see the matches in there. It's not a big deal either way. This prescription bottle has an easy pop top. See if that's waterproof. Veterinary prescription bottle, I like the size of. Hand's getting cold now, that's ice water. Ah! And then last, this little glass vial. The Dollar Tree, you get multiple, I forget how many. 4, 5, I forget, for $1.25. It's hard to beat it. It's glass, so if you had it in your pocket and tumbled down a cliff or something, maybe it would shatter, I'm not sure. But usually if I have a padded jacket, it's not going to break, right? I don't get pummeled too badly. Well, let's see if it's waterproof. Okay, I didn't try to swim across a half-frozen river, but you know, did dunk it a couple times. Give it another dunk. All right. Now I'll take those back to my setup and see if the matches are wet or dry. Talk about a horror show. I thought these were seeds dripping down on my gear when I'm trying to make the video. They're insects. They're all jumping. I don't know if those are fleas or what they are. They're on the snow. Snow fleas. Yeah, there's thousands and thousands. I'd say tens of thousands of these things. Well, if I start itching uncontrollably, you'll know why, and it's all for you guys. I'm just going to keep filming. I mean, I got a video to make. People want to watch Doug Shoe Bushcraft. Alright. I have to wipe them down. Try to get off as much water as I can. If I introduce water, it's not a fair test. Alright, first the Coghlans. Did water get in? I'm not seeing any water. One thing I'm noticing about the Coghlans is that there's no striking surface. It's a strike anywhere match, but I think I'll just use the back of the match safe I made. The non-waterproof match safe. It's just easier and I got a lot of matches to strike. Okay, what about this prescription bottle with a pop top? Actually, there is a little bit. I thought I had tested pop-top prescription bottles before and they were waterproof, but there's a little seepage in there. So that's why it's good to test things out. Match still lit with the striking paper anyway, but there was dampness from got through the pop-top. So note to self, remember that so I don't steer people wrong again. Okay, this one. Not seeing any water. There we go. I thought that the striking surface make it easier. However, it's not as good as I would hope. Alrighty, so that accidentally rolled off my pad onto the snow. really trying to keep it dry. Not seeing water, and my cotton doesn't feel damp at all. Matches are dry. And there we go. So which do I like better? The commercially available Coghlan or my do-it-yourself? Well, first I have to go over one more feature of the Coghlans. They're saying it has a tiny bit of ferro rod on the bottom. I don't know how useful that is. Seems to have glue all over it. I might have to scrape through that before I can get a spark. See if I can get a spark using the screwdriver on my Swiss Army knife. Well, I'm not impressed. Here I am, well fed and warm. If I had fallen in the drink and I'm cold and injured, what are my chances? I have to get all the glue out of that without breaking it. Seems to be in there cockeyed. That's really small and awkward. That's better than nothing. I'd rather it be there than not. But I'm still not seeing a spark. Oh, there was one. A little one. Seeing a couple little sparks, but I actually have to throw some hot sparks onto some tinder to start a fire, and that's enough of a spark to trigger a gas explosion. I mean, if someone was holding a butane lighter with a button down right there, yeah, that's anemic. So in my opinion, the ferro rod function on that is more of a novelty than anything else. Doesn't really hurt anything having it there, other than maybe somebody's false sense of security, thinking it's another way to light a fire where they probably will not be able to get a fire going with that. So which one do I like better? I'd have to say the Coghlans, because it just looks better. It's survivally. It's not a word, but I'm going with it. It just better appearance. I mean, aesthetics Counts for something. This just looks like I'm carrying a pill bottle in my pocket. This one looks cool. This bright orange is more visible. I just like it better for those reasons. Has these ridges on it. I don't know why I need those. I can't strike the match on ridges like that. I can get more of a grip. Also, this one is a little smaller diameter, I think. And the head is a much smaller diameter. So this would be more comfortable in a pocket, like a jacket pocket or shirt pocket. This one would be more comfortable. So that's the main thing. I do like the looks of it. But it's a little bit more practical because it'd be more comfortable. This is even more comfortable because it's flat, but not waterproof. So the next thing I want to address is this striker paper. It's available on Amazon and eBay. All I found has this honeycomb. Unlike when you buy a box of matches, and see how that's just solid. The striker surface is just solid. Whereas this one is a honeycomb. And there's the white, I think that's the paper showing through. Where there isn't striking surface. Not sure. I had good hopes for it because you can cut it to shape. It's got the back that peels off and it's sticky. Make your own match case. However, I'm really not impressed. I don't know if I got it a little damp by accident or something. If so, it would just be slightly damp. But it didn't work well. It did like the matches, but not very well. And it's scratching off really quick. It's going to be, seems like it's going to be useless pretty soon. Whereas I haven't deliberately ever got these wet, but just by the tiniest little bit of dampness, they didn't fail any time that I can remember. Not like this is acting up and seems like it's getting ready to fail. So I'll keep searching. This is real new to me, but at this point I'm not recommending the honeycomb type stuff, even though it's a cool idea. So what I have done in the past is I just cut up the boxes. And this is a cheap option. These are actually the strike on the box matches. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. $1.25 for a pack of 10 boxes. And I'd buy them mostly for the striking paper, so I already cut that off. And if I put it inside, then it's going to stay dry, right? It's on the outside, it's going to get wet. Inside is going to get dry. But I don't want it to strike the matches. So the idea I had was to have this and fold it over. So the matches don't contact it. That was my idea anyway. But it's seeming like matches could still get in there. It started opening up in the case and touching the matches. Didn't light anything on fire. So you gotta bear with me. I'm like a mad scientist here. We're gonna make another creation. All right. Okay. Do I have to tie it shut, or what am I going to do? All right. Put that in there. Well, that's the thought, guys. All right. So this time matches aren't getting to my striking surface. It's like comedy errors. That one broke. The lit match head went flying. Fortunately, it's snow there. You see that? That's so much better. Well, maybe the issue was I got that a little bit wet. Now it's not acting up. It's just lighting everyone quickly. Well, the jury's still out, I guess. Still figuring out what to do. Guess it doesn't hurt anything. Keep that folded up in there. Folded multiple times so the match heads can't touch the striking surface. The only flat area I see where I could put the match paper is there. What do you think? So, got the honeycomb paper I'm not sure I'm crazy about on the outside. Got a folded up piece from the box on the inside. I think I'm all set for getting a fire going in an emergency. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Coghlans. I would recommend it. However, should know that in my opinion the ferro rod on the bottom is next to useless. So if you know that, I recommend everything else. It is waterproof in my tests. That's all it really has to do is to hold matches and keep them dry. It does that. However, there's no striking surface provided, but if you buy matches and include a bit of the striking paper inside, or if you put the sticky on the top, actually right now I wouldn't just depend on that honeycomb type. But if you know that you have to bring your own sort of striker with you, or if you have strike anywhere matches, I suppose you can strike them on other things. See if we can do that. Here I said final thoughts and I'm doing another test, but that's alright. Strike anywhere match, it has this white head, so you can't literally strike it anywhere, you can strike it many places. There you go, if you can find a dry rock or something else scratchy, you can light them up. But all in all, recommended. Like I said, right now on Amazon, $1.99. How can you beat it? Thank you guys for joining me in the woods. My misadventures. Not everything went the way I thought it would. Even made a little craft here. I don't know how much credit I can take for putting matches in a prescription bottle and putting the sticky striking paper on the side. But I had fun. Hope you did. Let me know what you think in the comments. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down as you think applies. And I hope to see you again soon. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 27:1.